Good morning, everybody. Oh, look at that lawn that needs to be cut. Well, lately I have been doing some seed starting. That has got some lettuce seeds in it. And then over here, the pots have got some flowers in them. And then there are little gourds and, oh, hecky darn, I can't remember all the other things that are planted in there, but yeah, I'm using those as seed starters, and we'll see how those go. This morning I'm going to have a little project. Recently I have been watching a YouTube channel, Jamie Ray Vintage. She does a lot of repainting, thrift storing and repainting things, and she has a store in Lehi, Utah, where she resells the things that she and her husband have put together. Yesterday, I got to go to her nephew's grand opening of his store, which is called Plant Bar Arizona. Excuse the mess. Projects everywhere. And so I was able to pick up one of these little things. Guys, they always remind me of my grandma. I love these. And I also got some little babies here. I'm working on revitalizing some of the poor plants that I have just neglected here. This bowl was from one of those where you go and you buy the bowl and you have the soup in it, and it's got a little crack in it, but I couldn't stand to throw it away, so we turned it into a planter. And this little guy, he's a little dirty. We'll clean him up. I'm going to put him, when visitors come, in my spare bedroom because of his theme. And it's made in occupied Japan. And I just thought he was fun, and I got this little succulent up there yesterday too. But yeah, so we're playing with potting plants a little bit. We've got some more to do. But this morning, excuse the messy projects, I'm going to try my hand at this paint that she uses. And so I'm going to dry brush this project. And they talk about when it's dark, use a light colored paint and vice versa, which is kind of an interesting concept to me. They talk about chippy paint, using milk paint and all that kind of stuff. But this paint is like, it doesn't have VOCs in it and stuff. Clay based and chalk. Let me see if I can turn it around here. The ingredients list so you have an idea. Love water, clay, porcelain clay, chalk, alcohol, ester as a binder, cellulose, pigments, preservatives. Approximate coverage 140 to 150 square feet. And it's fairly simple to use. So we're gonna get started with this and see how this little project comes out before I move on to some bigger projects. So we'll see ya after I get this little puppy painted up, and we'll see where this goes. Okay, I've never seen a can of paint with these little clips on it before, and they're little buggers to get off. You have to get the screwdriver under there and pry them up. Let's see if I can do this one-handed and show you. One-handed is not gonna work. I don't have the tripod out here. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, I went and got the tripod. That would be helpful for this project. Look at you, really. Don't kill myself here. I really gotta work at these things. Sorry about the traffic noise. The world is starting to wake up around here. Okay, there's another one. And then it gets stuck on the screwdriver. There we go. Okay, last one. I have never seen this before, but I suppose it keeps the paint from spilling in transit when they're being shipped. Okay, come on. One more time. There we go. Got it. Okay. Pry the can open. Keep from stabbing myself with a screwdriver. Screwdriver, world's most versatile tools. Okay, this color, it's a white, and it's called Beadboard, is the name of it. So, the instructions say to open it up, to give it a stir. You gotta get all those clays and everything off the bottom. Although this looks pretty, the brand new can hasn't been sitting around all that long. So it's a really thick paint. My goodness. I'm used to using all that wall paint that's super thin from the hardware store. Okay. Let me move the camera a little bit here so you can see what we're doing. Get the paint off this mixing stick. And this is nice and water-based and easier on the environment, all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm getting a little paint on my brush and I'm wiping a lot of it off because I'm going to dry brush this. For that rusticy look from my industrial farmhouse over here in Arizona. I just love that term. I think it's the funniest thing. Industrial farmhouse, which basically means none of the finishes match each other. It's a very eclectic house. There's raw colored metals, there's a little bit of brass and bronze and silver tones and all kinds of things going on in my house. Use this stir stick tampon. Oh yeah, I cleaned this piece before I started painting it too. Get the dirties off. I also bought an accent color that I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use it on, but it's a teal. It's really pretty. And then I got the sealing wax that you can use on surfaces. She offers a sealing wax and another kind of coat that I have to watch the videos on more. But this sealing wax, put it on, let it dry, buff the daylights out of it to however shiny you want it. And then once it cures for a week or so, it's good to go for a long time. I wasn't sure about this piece when I saw it. I'm liking how it's coming out with this distressed white look. It gives it that whitewashed look. Whitewashed is fun. y'all doing? Hope life is treating y'all well. And things are going. Oh, today's St. Patrick's Day. I have nothing green on. Imagine that. I didn't even think about that when I got up and got dressed. No, I'm not eating corned beef and cabbage today because I don't like it. I like a little corned beef and sandwich once in a while, cool, but not a huge fan of those big chunks of boiled cabbage. Look, nasty stuff. Yeah, my poor family, they don't get to participate either unless they get it somewhere else because I don't like the smell of cooking. But the we're having green chili chicken enchiladas for dinner tonight. That's about as green as we're getting for dinner. And Michael, my oldest, is still working at the mine. And hubby still has his job at the insurance company. And my other two, because my daughter's out here living with us now, real close, about 2 blocks away, there is an organic farm. And my younger son, he got a job over there recently. And he put a good word in for the daughter. And she got a job working over there. And what they're doing is packing. They scrub the shipping totes, they pack, they do weeding. Son works on the line. Daughter just started, so I don't know what else that she's going to do. Go to farmers markets and sell produce there, all kinds of things. And this company, although it looks like it's really small, they ship stuff all over the country. And they, I never knew this, but I found this interesting. My son had to go over to the lab the other day. And I said, the lab? What are you talking about? He says, well, they have to test to make sure that like salmonella is not getting passed on. And I never thought about that coming from a small grower like that. I didn't realize that they were held to that standard too, being that it was organic and all that. But that's kind of nice to know. And they come up with beautiful, beautiful produce. And I've actually tried some new things that a lot of us in the family like. I'd never had Romanesque before, which I call it alien broccoli. It's the funniest looking stuff. Looks like it's actually a form of a cauliflower, but it has more of a taste of a broccoli, real light taste of a broccoli. And it's like a chartreuse green, and each one of the little flower bulb things comes up to like a point. And it's the funniest looking stuff, but oh, I like it a lot. And I don't like cauliflower either, but love broccoli. So it was just fun having another flavor to try. And oh, we're getting here. Some of the spots I've left lighter and didn't put as much paint on it. And other spots are a little heavier. This is going to be interesting. I'm just kind of smudge it around these pegs on the bottom here. So tell me what's going on in your world down in the comments section on the bottom of this. Let me know if you're enjoying these videos about what's going on in my life from the hometown to homestead. We're still working on lots of other projects around. Hubby wants to move fences around on the property. That's going to get interesting. And starting my seedlings so we can start some gardening. We're not too sure about in-ground gardening. We're going to have to build some pretty high up beds to keep the little critters out because we've got rabbits and stuff around here, which I'm sure they do in lots of other parts of the country. And we're going to be dealing with the summer heat before we know it. And oh, I almost forgot. We just got our first, how could I forget this? We just got our first electric bill since our solar panels have been completely up and running. Now, we are not completely off the grid. It's not allowed in our community. We're not out in the middle of the boonies where you have no other choice. So like at night, any power that we're using at night has either been banked by the solar panels during the day, or you're buying it back from the electric company again. It's such a scam. I'm telling you. But on a whole, our first ever, we invested all that money in having the panels installed and stuff, and so, but we're looking at that not as a we don't figure it into the bill per se, but looking at it as an infrastructure part of the house, if that makes any sense. That's the way we look at it. We look at it a little differently than, it's like as if you look at your built-in bathtub. We just upgraded part of the house. So, making the house more valuable because they are owned. Solar panels are not leased. And for the first time in our lives, we had an electric bill that was under $100. We use a lot of electricity in this household. All of the TVs and game systems and yada yada yada. So that was a really big deal for us to have that low of an electric bill. So I'm extremely grateful that we were able to do that. Excuse me. And I'm almost done with my dry brushing here. I'm getting there. The idea is I'm not fully covering all the spots. Some spots, leaving some of it kind of rusticy looking. Eggs are a little different. Different spot. Tra-la-la-la-la. I'm going back to California the first weekend in April to go do a craft sale at my old church with my friends and hang out with my friends and see a bunch of people I miss a lot. I haven't seen in a while. Looking forward to that. Been crocheting up a storm. Lots and lots of crocheting going on. Just trying to get things done, making baby dresses and doing crochet covered coat hangers. To crochet them to keep your clothes from slipping off. And they're just fun and cute and little bits of color in the closet. And got some other ideas. I'm making some things called cool ties that I bought years ago when I was someplace where it was quite warm. They were selling them. They're real like a bandana thing that you wrap around your neck, but it's filled with these polymer crystals that soak up water. And I came across them again when we were doing a project with my daughter's youth group, the Job's Daughters, that called Operation Gratitude, where they make the boxes that go to the soldiers. And on their website, they have a link to this company that sells the polymer. That was the hard part. I didn't know where to get the polymer from. Sewing the quilt ties, the fabric part's not going to be a problem at all. So I went on there and got the polymer. I'm excited to make those this week. And I'm figuring out a way to make heat packs and cold packs, which would be good for me and my fibro, because it's a good thing. Yeah, sometimes the fibromyalgia screams, I want heat, and sometimes it screams, I want cold. And when I make those, I will make a video and show you how we're doing it. And so that'll be something a little different. And I'm just kind of coating along, dry brushing. Some of this is a little more dry than others. My spatula's really wet. I don't really need to, but I'm doing the back of this. Oops, slopping paint. Paint go flying. Now I might accent a couple of spots on this with that turquoisey teal color I got. I'm not sure yet. But let's see. One more surface to do here. And that is the little shelf. Pegs. The lady that lived here before had a lot of light colored stuff, and I tend to have a lot of dark colored furniture. And I was having a conversation with my daughter, and she was telling me there's too much going on. I need to do a little more matchy-matchy. A little more light colors. So that's why I'm opting for this. And trying to lighten it up a little bit. And this, I think this piece is going to go from my bedroom. But this is what we have so far. It's just dry brushed. And then when I let this dry for about an hour. Once it's dry, then I'm going to put a coat of the wax on it, let that sit overnight, and then tomorrow, after it sits overnight, I can buff the wax out, and then it'll be ready to hang on the wall. So I'll show you that when it's all done. Okay, so here we are, Debbie's and Design Diary DIY wax, clear in color, and we're going to apply this to this little shelf unit and pry it open just like the paint. Okay, that's easier said than done. Gotta figure out how to get this stuff open. Some weird cans. Okay, there's a lip. There's a lip in there. Let's try not stabbing my palm with the screwdriver again. Okay, there we go. And this is very thick. Looks like wax that you put on a car. I'm just going to use, it says to use a wax brush or soft cloth. I'm using one of these sponge brushes just for the ease of it. And here we go. Instructions say to put an even coat on it, and don't worry that it'll even itself out. But it's, see on this ridge, I've got a lump of it. I think that's what they're talking about, making sure that you don't have that on there. It feels slick as you're running it across the wood surface. This wax will help seal the paint. Set up nicely after about a week or so, it's according to the instructions. You can't see it because it's a clear wax. It also comes in a dark wax and a black wax. If you want to have different variations pieces. I find that this paint was not very expensive. You can get it on Jamie Ray's website, and as well as the stores. There's a store in Laguna Beach that sells it, sells her products, and Jamie Ray's a distributor for this product. And then she sells it in her store in Lehigh too. I'm excited to see how this piece comes out when it's all done. I've never waxed a piece of furniture before. This is going to be interesting. It's kind of a return to some old ways of doing things, which seems to be a lot of homesteading is returning to old ways of doing things. I think modern day homesteading is indicative of a good blend of new techniques with the old, you know, like where you didn't use solar power in the olden days. But, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to keep at this, and I'm going to bring you back for the buffing tomorrow. Good morning. It's the next day, and I've got a soft cloth, and I'm going to take and rub down the wax on this to rub. Is the term buff it? Say buffing means giving it a smooth finish without really being sticky. The part that you did that I haven't rubbed yet is it feels a little sticky. So I'm just going to rub this down. One of the fun things about moving to a new area is you get to explore all sorts of things. And last night, hubby and I met a friend of his from high school that was in town visiting, and we went to the Desert Botanical Gardens, which was really fun at night, because what they do is they put on a light show where they cast images onto the cactus and other plants that are there, and they add this music that's like meditative music. It was really kind of cool, and it was a couple spots when I sat down I almost fell asleep because it was so calming and ethereal. But like when there was long kinds of cactus and they had these lights moving over them, they almost looked like snakes or eels moving over the ocean floor or something. It was really amazing. So if you ever get a chance to come into the Phoenix Valley and go to the Botanical Gardens and they have that show going, definitely worth going to see. And it was just a fun, different kind of thing to do that we'd never done anything like that before. Where we were before, we had a place called Descanso Gardens that was just gorgeous, and you could go and see all kinds of beautiful plants and trees, and they would have different events throughout the year. But with the cactus, it was just something very different than what we were used to. We want to go back during the daytime when we can really see the cactus really well, and because it was at nighttime and the lights were low for the show, we couldn't see everything. But we're planning on going back and getting a good look at things, see if there's anything that we want to add to our own property, because it's a good display of things like that. And just kind of rubbing everything down, getting any excess wax off of the different parts. Doesn't really, if you were doing this like on a flatter piece that wasn't as rustic as this, you could even take a car buffer to it and buff it up to a real high shine, but that's not quite the look that I'm looking for on this. I still want it kind of rustic, but the wax is to seal the paints and the wood. That was the purpose of it. So just rubbing it down. La 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 la. Let's get box. The box is trying to slip out from underneath me. You can hear the cars going back and forth behind me in the morning. People are going off to their busy lives, leaving the rural area to head for wherever they're going for the day. We're in a rural area, but it's not like so far. I wouldn't call it suburbs. I mean, there's some housing tracts out here, but the majority of it's like 1 acre or more parcels. So people have animals and that sort of thing. Okay, I'm not getting much else off of this. So we're gonna hang this in the bedroom for the hubby to use to hang his belts and things off of. Set some other goodies on, but anyway, there it is, finished. And turning kind of a rusticy piece of pretty rough shelving into something a little more usable, but it still has that whitewashed look to it. I'm pretty pleased with this. Now on to some more projects. Have a great day, everybody. This is Hometown to Homestead Gal Gardener. If you liked this video and you like my channel, please subscribe. Hit the like button for the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.